Graded stakes racing continues, and this time we go to South Florida for the Mr. Prospector Stakes. It's all part of a big card at Gulfstream Park on Saturday, December the 28th. Of course, we've got contenders for the Pegasus Stakes using this as a prep. Last week we had the Harlan's Holiday. Now we go to the sprint race, the Mr. Prospector Grade 3, Saturday, December 28th. And again, the Pegasus Stakes getting closer, less than a month away. Saturday, January 25th, we have the Pegasus Stakes on the dirt and the Pegasus World Cup Turf Stakes. Let's take a look at this 11-horse field at Gulfstream Park. It did draw multiple stakes winners. We've got horses from Parks, Woodbine, Aqueduct. We've got a Breeders' Cup winner in 2023 and some hard-hitting older horses. Play Me a Tune comes in, a Woodbine allowance winner going synthetic to dirt, draws the rail, post position number 1. Now Mr. Skylight, another one with some stakes experience. He comes in, gets post position number 2. Super Chow won the Maryland Sprint, won a couple of stakes races this year, has a good record at Gulfstream. Gordian Knot, he won the Jumpstart Stakes. That was at Parks earlier this year. He enters in post position number 4. The hard-hitting Real Macho, he's danced all the dances, ran in the Sir Barton Stakes on the Preakness undercard, ran in the Florida Derby, but he did win the Carryback Stakes at Gulfstream Park. Mufasa, he ran in the Breeders' Cup last race, the mile. He did win the Bosberg Stakes in the slop, and he'll be one of the top 3 favorites here in the Mr. Prospector. El Principito was 3rd in the Carryback Stakes. That was to Real Macho. His best races are coming off the pace. He gets a big field here, and he's got a good post position. Illuminaire, 3 wins in 4 starts, trained by Todd Pletcher, won a nice race last time out at Aqueduct. White Abarrio, the winner of the Breeders' Cup Classic 2023, ran in the Met Mile earlier this year. Last time out, prepped at Gulfstream Park, picked up a win. This could be a win and you're in for him for the Pegasus. Shaq Diesel, a veteran of the stakes races on the East Coast. And then on the outside is Caramel Chip, another one with good Gulfstream Park form. So an 11-horse field for the Mr. Prospector, Saturday, December 28th. Inside is from Woodbine. The outside horse has experience at Gulfstream in Caramel Chip. You can really make the case for 5 or 6 horses. We're going to take a look at some of the race replays of some of the top contenders, starting off with White Abarrio. He won his most recent race at Gulfstream. Kind of an easy allowance win for him. He was 1-9 on the tote board, November 22nd. And remember, he's got a win in the Florida Derby at Gulfstream Park, and he won out west, Santa Anita, the Breeders' Cup Classic in 2023. So White Abarrio going to try to cut back here to the Mr. Prospector Stakes. You've got Super Chow. Now he's got some nice stakes wins, ran in the Park Sprint, won the Maryland Sprint, was 3rd in the Carter Handicap to Post Time, who ended up running in the money in both the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile and the Cigar Mile. Super Chow has a lot of speed. He'll be on the front end. Ran against Giant Mischief in the Fall Highway. Now you've got Illuminaire. Let's go back to Aqueduct, November the 9th. He's a big favorite, small field, 3 wins and 4 starts, but Illuminaire looms up on the turn, draws off down the lane. A good prep race. This will be his first race at Gulfstream since, really, what I like about Illuminaire is that he's got some tactical speed. He can be near the leaders, but he doesn't need the leader at the top of the stretch. Now another contender is Mufasa. Big win in the Bosberg in the slot, but let's take you back to Colonial Downs. 7 furlongs in sub 120. It was a fast track that day. He got it done in 119-4. Then he came back to win the Bosberg. He's got some stakes experience in his home country. Mufasa, he can take to a sloppy track if it rains. He can run well on a dirt track. He takes a little bit of a drop in class to the Grade 3 Mr. Prospector. Little Vic, another one who usually runs in the wintertime at Aqueduct. He's had some big races. He got the job done a couple of races back at 7-1. He ran against Disco Ball. He ran against Dean Delivers. A nice record at Gulfstream. 3 starts, 1 win, and 1 second for Little Vic. Real Macho, Another one at experience at Gulfstream Park, 4th in the Sir Barton, 8th in the Florida Derby. Here he is winning the carry back, got the lead halfway down the stretch, held off Catalytic down the stretch, so Real Macho. You know, he never really puts together back-to-back solid efforts. This will be a good gauge if Real Macho can stick at this grade 3 class level here in the Mr. Prospector. The 4 furlong pace, when you start to look at it, lots of speed in this race. I'm projecting a fast pace. I'm going to have Super Chow on the lead. He could be challenged by Gordian Knot. I think Illuminaire can come a little bit off the pace, but then you've got horses like Shaq Diesel, Mufasa, and White Abarrio. When they make their move, they might go in tandem, and it could set up for just off the pace if we get the fast fractions. Now, Caramel Chip on that 11th post from the outside, he's going to have to save some ground early. Real Macho, he's going to benefit from a very fast pace here in the Mr. Prospector Stakes. But overall, I'm expecting a fast pace and Super Chow and Gordian Knot most likely to lead early on at the 4 furlong mark. The big handicapping questions, when you start to look at the past performances, you've got Mufasa dropping from the Breeders' Cup to a grade 3. White Abarrio, is this a good prep for him? He ran good races in the mile. He's going to be running possibly a 1.1 miles in the Pegasus. And then Real Macho, he's always hinted at some class ability. He's got to try to put together back-to-back good efforts. He did win the carry back at Gulfstream Park. Now, we've got stakes experience with Little Vic, White Abarrio, Mufasa, Real Macho, El Principito, and even Play Me a Tune, also with some good stakes experience. My top selection in the Mr. Prospector Stakes, I'm going to go with Real Macho. I think he's going to be a little bit of a price, maybe 10 to 1. I think there's going to be a lot of speed in this race. I'm going to play Exactas over Illuminaire and Little Vic. I think they can come off the pace. Not quite sold on White Abarrio at this distance. Big field, second race off a layoff, but definitely can make the case for White Abarrio. Another contender to consider is Mufasa. Big effort in the Vosburg. Fast speed figure at Colonial Downs. 7 furlongs, a good distance for Mufasa here in the Mr. Prospector. Up next for stakes previews, we've got the Smarty Jones at Oaklawn Park, the Jerome Road to the Kentucky Derby points race, San Vicente out west at Santa Anita, the Mucho Macho Man at Gulfstream Park. Those are all on January 4th, just a week away. Then we've got the Pegasus Stakes coming up January 25th at Gulfstream Park. We should have the nominations and the invites soon for that. Free racing picks, we're going to do them about 25 times. Holy Bull Day, Florida Derby Day, Bluegrass Day, Kentucky Derby Day. Sign up below in the description. And also the Triple Crown Prospectus coming out January 6th. A continuing conversation on the 3-year-old scene all the way through to the Belmont Stakes. Who do you like in the Mr. Prospector Stakes? Leave a comment, share, and like. And remember, D. Wayne Lucas always says, people have opinions, horses have the facts.